Hello, I am Johannes Ganesh, and today I want to talk about the differences between what we call Neo Tantra and the traditional tantric path. Well, let's start with the traditional tantric path. According to my point of view, which is also limited of course, the traditional tantric path encompasses the spiritual realm of the tantric knowledge. It's meditation, yoga, different forms of yoga, hatha yoga, pranayama, all of that, and the ritualistic stuff, the eroticism, which we all know in Tantra. I mean, Tantra is well known for its eroticism, but it's just a small part in the traditional Tantra. And mainly it is about how do I live a spiritual life in combination with a daily life. So that means, how do I cook? How do I treat my children? How do I educate them? How do I lead a relationship with my partner? All of these things are part of the spiritual sadhana in the traditional tantric path. So, but not everybody is actually ready to do that. And also I was not when I was started to be interested in the spiritual path. Of course, we all are what we do, and we all are what we have experienced in our lives, especially in our childhood, and in our childhood especially in the first 3 years. So most of us are, traumatized in a way. So we had to endure things which shook us very deeply, and we developed mechanisms which allowed us to deal with those inner earthquakes. And but then we come into a stage in our life where these mechanisms are not necessary anymore, or they are so grave that they determine too much of our personality and our way of action. So there the Neo Tantric method comes in. Because in Neo Tantra, most of the Tantra teachers call themselves also therapists, and they are, because they see that many people who are interested in Tantra actually need to be in a therapy first before they can enter the Tantric realm. There is one person especially who has emphasized, motivated, sparked the connection between psychology or psychotherapy and the traditional spiritual teachings, and that is Osho. I'm not a follower of Osho, I never was, and one can of course be very skeptical about his teachings and about him as a person, as a spiritual master, but he has given us something which nobody can deny, and that is he built a bridge between psychology or psychotherapy and the spiritual teaching. So this is an inheritance which we all can be very glad of, and especially in the Neo-Tantric area, this is being materialized very much. So, but if you want to walk the traditional Tantric path, which is a path where there's nothing in your whole life which is not spiritual in the end, or very soon after you started, then it is very difficult to deal with all those disturbances in your personality. Or let's put it another way. if you evolve spiritually, and let's say one day you awaken, your soul awakens, you experience ego death and maybe even enlightenment, and you have not dealt with your psychosocial, cultural structures of your former life, then for the truth, which happens in a non-personal area within yourself, for the truth you have to go through this area where everything is being determined by those cultural and psychosocial structures which are the base of your personality, and it comes out that way. So, as a friend of mine, it's not a quote from him, but I don't know whose quote it is, so I just say it's not my quote. He said to me, if you're an asshole and you become enlightened, then you're an enlightened asshole. And that's exactly as it is. So if we want to become more clear, more structured, more calm, more healed in our personality, we first should go through a therapeutic phase. I did that. Many people I know did that. The Neo Tantric scene, they offer a lot of opportunities for that. I do not, because I purely and consequently teach the traditional but actualized tantric path, which makes a sadhana out of everything. Thank you very much.